Okay, this one's going to be an interesting one. So the original size is going to be an A4. How are we going to make this one look? This one's an interesting one. Actually, yeah, we're going to make it copied paper. This one's going to be an interesting. Make it. I don't think we're going to add that because I don't think there's going to be any white, any significant sized pieces of white. So we're going to warm it up a bit. Now use that. Yeah, we're not going to use brightness, so we're just going to go to contrast and just add a little bit of that, a fair amount. Oops, there you go. And colour balance. And the little bit, actually, just do that back. And black's going to stay. We don't want to overwhelm it with the black. The black might take out most of the colour. So it's going to less black. So what have we got? It's on the floor because it's so dirty. It is a children's drawing of Santa's sleigh. But there's no Santa Claus in the sleigh. Obviously it was a little bit tricky for the child to draw Santa Claus. Maybe he or she forgot. But it's actually on the... And there's also this puzzle stuff. It's obviously come from a local restaurant, because restaurants often have these puzzle pages for little children, and this little child decided to be a little bit resourceful and draw on the back. I think if I was a child, going back to childhood, I used to draw stick figures and that sort of shit up until partway through my ninth birthday, when I stopped drawing because I wanted to draw realistically, and this is before I discovered the photocopier. But basically, I used to like drawing, so I reckon I would have probably done the same. I would have grabbed instead of doing the puzzles, I probably would have done what this child has done and drawn. So I'm wondering if we can make this a bit better. But basically, I'm the kind of person who probably would have done what this child had done, and that is to draw instead of... There was some puzzles done on the back, but I don't know if it was the child, but basically, I'm wondering. So basically, yeah, I must say, I probably, as a child, I would have chosen to draw on the back of on the back of that menu. So we're just going to up the magenta, and we've decided to go here and add some red, or a lot of red. Now, a contrast is, we lost the copy density, so now we're just going to hop over to the brightness, and the contrast is now gone. So we'll see how that looks. If we've got a better mixture of colours. But yeah, I used to love drawing as a kid, you know. I think most kids like to draw, but I'm not a talented drawer. This is where my talent lays. It's much easier for me to do this, but I know it's not easy. I know that I don't know of anyone else who does this stuff in this day and age. I know of one guy that took it really close to the limits. He's now dead. His name was Bashir Baraki, and he was a famous Melbourne artist who experimented with Canon colour laser copiers. I think he did most of the CLC1, if anyone remembers those machines, the Canon CLC1, colour laser copier 1. I think he used to experiment with that machine, and he was quite talented as well. He was probably maybe not quite at my level, but his work was extremely commendable, and I wish I could have met this guy before he died. I wish he didn't have to die so early. I don't know how old he was when he died, but he died of cancer. I'm disappointed that I never got to meet this artist. I spoke to him once on the phone, and that was it. So I'm basically a little bit sad that I'll never get to meet this artist who his work was really good. I haven't seen much of his work except what I've seen. I saw one of the exhibitions he had with another experimental artist called Vince Desikan. I think that's how you pronounce it. Back in 1988. I don't know. It was a long time ago, and the exhibition was called Transfiguration. So I remember I wanted to buy one of the catalogues, but my mum couldn't afford it. Well, I think it was my mum that was there. I really wished I could have got a hand on the catalogues, but they both did some really good stuff for that exhibition. And this is not, I'm not getting much joy with this, but I think we've gone enough with the experiments. I think we'll just call that one quits.